The conspiracy of government control and targeted individuals has been something I've looked at from time to time here on the channel. This topic is becoming ever more difficult to cover. YouTube demonetizing content, under-promoting videos, and a real effort being made to hide these ideas by the social media giants like Facebook. This just adding to the suspicions of many. The social media side of things is just the tip of the proverbial iceberg. There are many other companies collecting information on the people of the world, and this goes way beyond digital information. Some would say that companies like 23andMe are harvesting people's genomes. This to create a database which could be used for who knows what. Let's take a look at these claims and ask if and why we are being collected. Welcome to If, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a video again. Let's begin with the social media giants and their collection of your personal data. They have access to people's most private information. This goes way beyond the status updates and pictures you post. They can, if they so wished, see your private chats. This as the planned merging of messaging services on Instagram, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger goes ahead. This creation of a single crossover point for these messages is being sold as a convenient way to chat with loved ones, friends and business colleagues. At a much deeper level, they will be linked so messages can travel between the different services, giving the media giant wider control and making it easier for them to access your data. This plan is said to be completed this year or in the opening months of 2020. I know many might think this is paranoia and that these companies do not care about your conversations with great Auntie Mildred. This may be true, but it's the data that they have which can be accessed by others, which is the scary part. Facebook has already been the focus of privacy scandals, and there is no way that alphabet agencies of the governments around the world do not also have access. This information may be the first domino in an online collection and creation of a global database of the population. Adding to this is the recent development of online genetic testing super companies. Pharmaceutical company GlaxoSmithKline and online genomics and biotechnology company 23andMe announced a multi-billion-dollar deal. 23andMe said that they will be collaborating with GlaxoSmithKline on drug development projects. To me, it seems like the global roundup has begun, the collection of personal genetic data being a sign of dark days to come, a dangerous trifecta between science, technology, and a government in a time of global political upheaval. One thing that many seem to miss is that this shows who owns the genetic code. The genetic code that makes a person is now the property of 23andMe and can be traded for billions of dollars. Are people so willing to sell their uniqueness to be done with as these companies please? This just to find out where their great ancestors came from, something that provides 5 minutes of fun or gives a person something slightly interesting to talk about with friends, but allows a drug company to play God with your DNA. And by having access to your DNA, governments will know everything else about you, all that they don't already find out on social media. The US now maintains their own DNA databases. The protocols for DNA collection are currently different from state to state. This being said, we see that increasingly much of the data collected from local databanks is uploaded to CODIS, Combined DNA Index Systems. CODIS being the FBI's huge DNA database. Many claim that this has become a way to identify and track Americans from birth to death. Combine this with the technologies I have talked about in targeted individuals, and more recently, weaponized drones, and a little paranoia seems justified. GlaxoSmithKline and other giant companies make up Big Pharma. Since their creation, they have been developing medications. Many of these provide benefits to the sick, but there has also been a lot that cause harm. Past lawsuits have shown that these companies, when facing losing billions of dollars on a failed drug or treatment, will falsify data gathered from clinical trials. And worse, not disclose this to the public. 23andMe has also been the focus of criticism, this for a multitude of reasons. They are not the only ones offering this service. Veritas Genetics and Ancestry.com follow the same business plan. In a recent Fast Company report, 23andMe and Ancestry.com were investigated by the Federal Trade Commission. This investigation looking into these companies' policies for handling personal information and genetic data and how and what they share with third parties. They claim that what information is shared goes to charity-based companies to assist in the research of specific diseases, such as Parkinson's disease, research conducted with Genentech, and the lupus and IBD research conducted with Pfizer. It is important that we question why and how they use our DNA. It's so hard to know, given how much information giant billion-dollar companies actually disclose. Can we really trust these companies? As I already mentioned, we are talking about companies that are not always held liable for their harmful products which they create. This can allow them to be careless in their product development, and now these products could affect us on a genetic level. There is also the worry about the development of targeted genetic weapons, something that has been proposed and militaries have been looking to develop since the idea arose in the fictional discussions of ethnic weapons in Robert A. Heinlein's 1942 novel, Sixth Column. These companies are following the social media model, and just as Facebook's goal was to make the world more connected, GlaxoSmithKline has stated the goal of the collaboration is to gather insights and discover novel drug targets driving disease progression and develop therapies using a global database. People are waking up to this harvest. Some say if your genetic code is being used, then you should be entitled to reap the benefits. Peter Pitts, president of the Center for Medicine in the Public Interest, made a statement saying that if a person's DNA is going to be used, that person should be compensated. That brings us to TimmyCoin and TimmyDNA, a company that would allow people to monetize their DNA and health data. In a press release, they outlined their idea in 3 points. They said, 1. Individuals who already have DNA results through another source can access easy-to-use tools within TimmyPatient to download and securely store those results. 2. Those who have never taken a DNA test can establish complete control of their own DNA data through TimmyDNA services. TimmyDNA will provide consumers with a simple swab test kit, and their DNA information will be securely stored. 3. Once an individual's data is in the TimmyPatient app, he or she will own it, control it, and have the ability to utilize it as an asset, which can then be monetized. To me, this seems just as bad. The only difference is you're getting paid. Others may see it as their DNA and their health data. They should own it, control it, and monetize it, not these big corporations. What do you think? Is this just another step to a totally controlled police state? Would you or have you used one of these companies? Will this genetic information be used to make genetically targeted weapons? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.